everyone. My name is Adeni Ekine. You are welcome to our Community Lives. Our Community Lives is a program showing all the way from Melbourne, the best livable city, for the fifth time in a row. Wow! We are blessed in Melbourne, Australia. And today I tell you the program promises to be mind-blowing. You're going to enjoy yourself. We've got a lot of feature for you. Yes, I assure you that this program today will make you to be entertained, and you will be educated, and you will see some of the things you need to see. My name is Adeniyi Ekine, and today in the program we shall be having a new segment which is called Refugee with a Purpose. Yes, this is a program that will educate you and let you know what refugee is all about and what they're passing through, and you see that it is not all refugees that are bad. Anyway, in the program again we have other features that you will enjoy. I bet you will not blink your eyes because we've got a lot of packages for you. Don't blink your eyes. Hello everyone, you're welcome to this program. This program is Refugee with a Purpose. Refugee with a Purpose is a program that showcases activities across the globe about refugees, asylum seekers, the challenges they face, and how they overcome. This program also will be focusing more on the purposes of refugees in our community. Who is a refugee? A refugee is someone who has been forced to flee his or her country because of persecution, war, or violence. A refugee, according to UNHCR, has a well-founded fear of persecution for the reasons of race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or membership in a particular social organization or group. Today in the program we are going to be featuring the event that happened in Melbourne on the 7th September 2015 at the Treasury Gardens. 8,000, more than 8,000 Victorians lit up the dark to honor dead Syrian toddler and others that have died, declaring that their hearts and homes were open to help refugees. And even in this event, there was a campaign to appeal to the government of Australia to close the Nauru detention center, to close offshore detention centers, to close all detention centers in Melbourne, Australia, for the sake of the children that are traumatized in the detention center.
name is Rebecca Sue Smith, and I'm here to remember those people that have died in the waters from Syria. I've been worried about the refugee situation for a very long time, and I just have to be here to give my protest.
Yeah, are you related to them? Are you from Syria or?
No, I'm a Dinky-Dye Aussie, sixth generation, so I've been here since the gold rush.
So what is the importance of this candlelight tonight?
I think it's letting Abbott know that we really want more refugees to come in than the small amount, the token amount that he's suggested, that he should make special support for more refugees, not just within the amount of refugees that he's going to do anyway, which was less than what Labor did. So maybe if we protest loud enough, he might even notice us.
Is this a protest or a candlelight?
Both, I think. It's candlelight to remember those fallen, those that have just been drowned, but it's to awaken the people around us and say, hey, we've got to do something.
My name is Roya. I'm from Kurdistan. My family and my friends are here on behalf of Aylan, Ghalib, Rayhane. We just want to say we are very saddened by what's happening to all the refugees, not just the Kurdish refugees. And we hope this makes a difference for the Australian government to show some compassion to all the people.
So what do you expect after this
we
candlelight?
hope that Australia is willing to take in more refugees from war-torn countries such as Syria, especially the Kurdish people, because they have suffered a lot. We have a lot of people that have suffered through the war that's happening at the moment.
So where are you from originally?
I'm Kurdish, from Kurdistan.
I'm here because I'm sick of hearing about people being locked up on Medicine Nauru and just what's going on with the refugees. I'd like to see a bit of a different attitude as well.
Yeah, so, but we understand that it's because of some Syrian asylums.
Taking on Syrian refugees because there's such a crisis over there.
So now what do you want from the government?
Well, I want them to change their policies on how they're dealing with people, how they're processing people.
We're a political organisation called Socialist Alternative. We're an anti-capitalist organisation, and here there's a newspaper our organisation produces called Red Flag. We produce it fortnightly, and notice our front cover we have some coverage of the attempt at Border Force, the Australian government to be randomly checking people in the street asking for their visas. We were one of the organisations that helped organise the demonstration against what this government was doing, and it was very satisfying to have a victory that the government backed down very quickly on this move. So we want to cover left-wing progressive movements, demonstrations when people stand up and fight for their rights. That's the sort of thing that you'd read about in Red Flag. So,
do you think refugees have equal rights?
in Australia, no, they don't, but they should.
So what is your message to the government?
That all refugees should be welcome. No matter where they come from, they should be welcome. They shouldn't be locked up in detention centres, detained, anything like that. They should all be welcome.
I want you to take this opportunity to get on Facebook, Twitter, take photos, tell everyone you're here. The hashtag we're using today is Light the Dark. Tell everyone to come on down, and traffic's bad, but we will kick off in about 5 minutes. So let's hear it one more time from Melbourne. See you soon. like to acknowledge that we gather today on what is always and always will be Aboriginal land. The traditional custodians of this land are the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I'd like to acknowledge their elders, past and present, and any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that are here today. I would also like to acknowledge the ongoing displacement of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that they are facing here in their own country, whether it's in the remote communities of WA or fighting for their lands through native title. And I'd like to recognise the invaluable contribution that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people make to activism in Australia, like what we are doing here tonight. We have interpreters here tonight. This is Ange, and Anna is here as well. So give them a cheer for coming out. Yay! So welcome to Light the Dark. Thank you so much for coming down. There's thousands of us here tonight gathered to remember Aylan, his brother Galeb, and his mother Rihanna, and to honour the thousands of people who have died seeking safety and peace, whose names we will never know. Tonight we are standing in solidarity with people across the world who are forced to flee war and persecution and ask for protections from countries like ours. We shine a light in protest of our country's abandonment of the world's most desperate people, and who seek only safety and protection. We will send a message to the world that our government's inaction does not represent us, and that Australia says welcome. Let's say welcome, Melbourne. Welcome! Tonight is a space for us to come together as a community and grieve, and to hold each other in our collective sadness. Look out for each other tonight. And if you need someone to talk to, you can always call Lifeline on 13 11 14. Thanks so much for coming down. We're going to have some speakers now that we'll hear from. Personally, from my own point of view, I'll just say quickly that I feel like all of my adult life, all I've heard from our federal government is messages of go away, you're not welcome, we don't want you here. And that's not the kind of community I want, and not the kind of Australia I want. I was brought up to believe in compassion, and I believe strongly that everyone here tonight is compassionate, and that Australia is full of compassionate people. And I raise my candle up and I say welcome to those who need it.
Welcome. Welcome. What we want to do is say to this government, stop spending $5 billion on detention centres. Open the detention centres and open the doors to the people who need us. We bring in 200,000 migrants every year, 200,000 people who choose to come here. Good on them. They want a different lifestyle, they want a different economy. We could, during this crisis, instead bring in refugees instead of those who do not have to move. There are many solutions. We the people know the solutions, but we have to make those in Canberra, we have to make them listen to us. And we need to do this again and again. And as we say, get on the Twitter. We all know that Mr. Quadbike doesn't like the eastern suburbs or eastern states Twitterati. Let's show him a thing or two. We know how to tweet. We know how to use Facebook. We know how to use the electronic media, and we know how to use our bodies to come on the streets, come into the parks, to stand up and be counted. Knock on your politician's door. Everybody's got an MP. They don't have to be in there, but when you walk in and tell them that what they do will influence your vote, they note it down. This is the time for us to change the hard hearts and minds of this country, and I think we can do it.
A big shout out to all the other rallies happening around the country. Sydney, Brisbane, Hobart, Perth, Adelaide. Let's say one more time, let's raise our candles up and say one big welcome. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, welcome!
You've had it all. You've seen it. The Australians open their hearts and their homes to welcome refugees and asylum seekers.